Okay, here's the third pack. So we have a Wild Heart Invoker, which I could definitely use a second one of. However, I think Guard Duty is more important. I could take another Wall of Omens, which is pretty awesome. A Knight of Cliffhaven would be good. I could go removal, removal. I think I'm gonna just Wall of Omens is like a Guard Duty that you don't have to pick the creature on, and is the cantrip that's gonna help me get to more mana and more cards. Wow. I mean, Growth Spasm is a card that this deck desperately, desperately needs. But, and like, it's not like I need another way to spend mana. So maybe it's a mistake to take the Dongler Invoker because Growth Spasm has overall more synergy with my deck. But the gross power level of Dongler Invoker is so much higher than Growth Spasm. That is just a tough value proposition right there. Jodi Lifestrider also again in this pack. I think we've seen 3 of those, 2 of which I picked. That's the 4th one in this pack, in this pool, which is funny. Whew. I mean, I think I just have to take the Dongler Invoker. This way it's the only white card and definitely one of those green cards will wheel. So okay. And there's the Heart of Beast. Wow, this is tough. I've just been forced to make 2 really annoyingly tough decisions. So none of this stuff I would consider because I already have a Dreamstone Hedron. I really don't need a survival cache. It's the Predator to help me ramp up, or it's the Heart of Beast, which is going to get me my Eldrazi Conscription Bomb. So any draw in which I get this, I can get that. And can also get me Guard Duty, although I didn't take the Guard Duty. Okay, so if I had taken the Guard Duty back there, I would be getting the Heart of Beast. But as it stands, I need this acceleration desperately. Speaking of which, I need this acceleration desperately. These were 2 really key picks, I'm telling you. This has made my deck significantly better. The Crusher's in here obviously also, but at this point my number of ways to win the game once I get to 8 mana is, I mean, I almost have to like cut one of these cards. I probably won't, but I'm greedy like that. Okay, well, of all these cards, I really, really don't want somebody to play the Lust for War against me. That would be backbreaking against this deck. I have no way, well, I have Momentous Fall. That's a really good answer to Lust for War, obviously. I have no other way of even killing my own creature in a pinch. So, I'm going to steal that Lust for War as a hate. Wow. Well, I could take the Stalwart Shield Bearers. I have 2 Wall of Omens. I wish, well, no, it's just not that great. I think Spider Umbra is overall better. Hating the Time of Heroes would be a good play here too. So it's either really take the Spider Umbra or hate the Time of Heroes. I don't think I can afford to hate. I might be really low on playables. Spider Umbra is a way to stop that flyer deck from destroying me too. Well, speaking of which, so it's like a Tezaru Preserver, which is just not that great of a card. Another Spider Umbra. Hate the Champion's Drake. Take a Haze Frog. I've seen this card played once, and the guy who played it was sufficiently embarrassed by the fact that he had played it. It actually prevented me from winning the game that turn, but I won that game anyway. So it did what you would expect, which is delay the inevitable for a turn. I think I'll take the Champion's Drake. I could have taken the Demystify for the sideboard also, but meh. Okay. Zulaport Enforcer is probably the best card in this pack, followed closely by like See Beyond and Spawning Breath. And Puncturing Light. This is kind of cool. You've got a little slice of Magic Design color wheel action going on here, and 3 colors takes on a little spell. I think this deck could play a Puncturing Light and be pretty happy with it. Oh, that's great. The Guard Duty came around. I've had to make really unfortunate choices. Like, I wish I could just take this whole pack. This is a great card for me. This is a good card for me. This is a good card for me. But I already have... This is just one of, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 ways of spending 8 mana. I'm much better off being able to get to 8 mana. Doesn't really matter here. I'll take the Distortion Strike just to, once again, cull that section of decks away. Inquisition of Kozilek is the best card in that pack. I'll take a Silt Lurker and hide him, because I'm ashamed of him. And yay, Glory Seeker. Oh, Living Destiny. That could be funny. I could side that in against some really, really annoyingly fast deck. Card is basically unplayable, though. I doubt I would ever do that. Any card that got cut from this deck for Living Destiny would be appropriately ashamed of itself in the eye of it. So, cards that I am going to play: Caravan Escort, Guard Duty, a couple of Smites, the Outrider, Wall of Omens ×2, Dawnglare Invoker. These are cards that are going to come in later if I have room. Nest Invader, Daggerback, Predator, Ondu Giant, Momentous Fall, Invoker, Double Life Strider, Keening Stone, Dreamstone Hedron, Artisan, and Conscription. That's 20 cards. So I think these cards are both coming in. Repel the Darkness is a good card to help you delay them for a turn, and Puncturing Light is probably just like the best removal I have. We'll see though. Maybe I need more creatures or something. I have a pretty good amount of creatures. I don't know though. Low battery. I have now plugged in my laptop. So I could play a 14th creature and like a Nima Silt Lurker to help me hold the fort. I could main deck a Naturalize, which is not a terrible idea in this format, but it can be dead and that sucks, whereas like Puncturing Light can be dead, but just most likely isn't going to be. Repel the Darkness is probably the card I would consider cutting. It's kind of expensive for a cantrip, and it can also be irrelevant. However, I don't have any other 3-drops. I guess Caravan Escort is not really... I mean, he's sort of a 3-drop. If I'm playing against red, I might play him that way. But probably not. You're not really playing against that much at that point. That's more relevant if you have like a 2 power or 2 toughness guy who can go up to 3, like the Pyromancer leveler guy. Spider Umbra. I mean, these are the cards that are on the fence, sort of. I think this deck wants to play 18 lands pretty obviously. That's why I'm not considering just adding one of these without cutting something. I mean, Repel the Darkness can also be pretty devastating against a Kiln Fiend deck, for example, or... I mean, that's tough. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, because this is a cantrip and draws me a card, I'd rather have any other card in my deck besides these 3 cards. So I think that's why Repel the Darkness is going to stay in there. Okay, so let's do some land. That's kind of funny. I ended up kind of heavily in white. That was a really weird draft. 9 and 9 is what it wants to do. I think that seems right. because I really don't want to be left without a green, and I have the double green costs, and I have no double white. But I also want to be able to play a turn 1 Caravan Escort, and definitely a turn 2 Wall of Omens, and a turn 3 Dongler Invoker, and, you know, all of these green cards pretty much come later than that, except for the Basilisk and the next Nest Invader, so I think 9 and 9 seems like the way to go here. There you go. That's it. That's what I'm going to run.